When I post about my gender identity and my sexuality, when I say that I don't want any labels, that is not an invitation for you to speculate on who I am or what I am. Hi, my name's Queenie and my pronouns are they, them. When I post about my gender identity and my sexuality, when I say that I don't want any labels, that is not an invitation for you to speculate on who I am or what I am. It's not a guessing game for you to play over whether I'm a girl or a boy, about what's in my pants, or if I'm pan or bi or trixic or homoflexible or gray romantic or anything else. You don't need to fully understand the nuances of gender identity or sexuality to know that each person knows who they are better than you ever will.
So when you post videos on the internet, you post videos where you talk about this thing you identify as, which is very unique and special. You don't want people to respond to your videos. You don't want to hear what people have to say. What you truly want is to only get positive feedback. Honey, that's not how life works. You can't control the feedback you get when you put yourself out there. And I know TikTok is not real life, but you still can't control what people have to say about you on the internet. But if you're wondering why so many people have an opinion, have a lot to say about what you identify as, about who you are, it's because what you identify as is political. You claim to be gender neutral, but no human being on this planet is gender neutral. You as a woman refuse to acknowledge that you're a woman. Non-binary, which you identify as, is based in sexism. It was made up in the first place due to the narrative that there's only one way to be a man and a woman. Believing if you as a woman can express however you want and still be a woman is sexist. It's sexist to believe that you as a woman can't be a real woman if you don't act like the women in the 1920s. Your problem is not only identifying as something based in sexism, your problem is also making that into your personality. Real LGBT people will say, being LGBT is what I am, but it's not who I am. You believe non-binary is who you are. Why? Aren't you so much more than that? I do agree with you on one thing. People shouldn't question if you're non-binary. People should tell you straight up, you're not non-binary. No one is. We're all either men or women. You being a woman wearing goth makeup doesn't make you any less of a woman. Doesn't mean you're a third gender.
Sometimes a stranger will misgender me and I won't say anything, and I'll have a friend be like, why didn't you correct them? A lot of people won't just take it and move on. They won't be like, oh, okay, got you. They'll be like, ooh, this is my opportunity to debate you on this. Or like, ooh, this is my opportunity to ask you a bunch of invasive questions about your identities. And then if I say like, oh, like, I'm just trying to exist here, like, blah, they're like, well, I'm just trying to have a conversation. So to protect my own energy and peace, I just don't say anything sometimes because I'm just like, I can't do this today, you know?
I low-key respect this because you are at least honest. You are fully aware of how if you object to what people call you, what people have to say to you, they have a right to explain to you why they don't believe in what you identify as. Why can't all people who identify as non-binary be like you? You know, quiet in certain situations?
The wildest thing about gender fluidity for me is I wore this yesterday, okay, somewhat femme outfit, cutesy headband, okay, love the sunnies, yep, feeling very femme, looking very femme, and then today, I couldn't think of anything worse. Oh, I couldn't wear that little headband, get it off me, absolutely not, but we love it.
Oh, I get it. You're the same as me, remember? Trans is an umbrella term. I went from this to this, and you went from liking your outfit one day to not liking your outfit another day. Yeah, that's the same. Let's become besties. We have so much in common. You're just a normal woman, and it's okay to be a woman. I believe making yourself gender neutral is kind of dehumanizing yourself because, as I said, we're all either men or women, so if you think you're neither, are you even human? How is it stunning and brave to dehumanize yourself? This is a message to everyone watching. If you ever interact with someone who believes that they're non-binary or gender fluid, and you want to say something to them, but you're afraid of offending them, please do. Them simply identifying as non-binary is wrong. They're actually hurting themselves. A lot of these people are women, believing they can't be women. They feel like they can't be themselves while identifying as women. That's wrong. Well, it's not hurting anyone. Why do you care? How can anyone claim this is not hurting them? It's absolutely hurting their mental health. But it's also affecting others. If these women think that they can't have short hair and still be women, what do they think about other women? With short hair, dressing a little bit masculine? With this wrong perception of gender, they're not only wrongfully labeling themselves as non-binary, they're also wrongfully labeling others. What about all the modern moms out there who, instead of staying home with their children, hire a nanny, send them to daycare or something, and go to work? It's like very, very common. Does that mean they're not women? Real women? An individual identifying as non-binary doesn't only affect them and their mental health, it's also affecting others because when interacting with this type of individual, you have to change the way you speak, the way you use grammar. Why am I doing this? And that's ridiculous. Unfortunately, in today's society, non-binary and non-binary ideology is normalized. The reason I'm even making videos is due to all the normal people out there who let this happen. This would not be a thing. People identifying as a they, them, or zim, zer. If we all just said no, that's not really a thing. That's not a thing. When you take a look at the people who also make videos about this stuff, criticizing queer ideology, a lot of them use activists' preferred pronouns. That I will never understand. I cannot tell you how many times I've watched videos of people saying more or less the same things as I do, but they still respect the activist pronouns. With all due respect and just with some tough love here. Why should people listen to your criticism if you're willing to do what the people you criticize say? If you're willing to obey them, you know what I mean? I really hope the specific YouTubers I'm talking about are watching this right now. Please do not respect activists' pronouns. And don't worry, it's not the same as calling me she. When you think about it, calling a man a they, them is just as forced as calling me she. Despite me being a biological woman, it takes a lot of effort to consistently call me she, to think in your brain, to think about me as a she. No matter if you're a content creator or not, we all have to stand up against this bullshit. Why, you might ask, well, if you're a true tolerant person and you believe that there's a million ways you can be a man and a woman, if you believe in freedom, if you believe in freedom of speech, if you don't want it to be illegal to misgender someone, whatever that means, if you care about mental health, you have to speak up. Young people especially are ruining their mental health by identifying as non-binary, in between genders, and so on. Internalized homophobia or sexism is being glamorized in today's society. We all have to object to this ideology whenever we see it. We all have to be consistent. It's just like raising a child or training a puppy, telling them no every single time they do something wrong. I don't care if you're too shy to say something to these people. I don't care if you're afraid of offending them, afraid of being labeled as a non-binary phobe. So what if people get offended? It's not the end of the world if people get offended. No matter what happens if you speak up, as long as you're sticking to your morals, sticking to the truth, it's of course all worth it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. If you want to support me and my channel, you can become a member, or I have my PayPal link in the description down below. Remember to follow me on social media. I love you and I cannot wait to see you in the comments. Peace out.